Bonjour tout le monde. Alors, je commence cette rencontre en français, mais je veux vous avertir que je vais poursuivre la discussion en anglais avec mon invité aujourd'hui. Today, I'm very happy to meet you, Katie. So, the lovely lady I'm interviewing today, her name is Kati Seppi, and she is a very powerful, interesting, profound woman that I've been wanting to meet for quite a while, to be honest. And I'm very happy to meet you today, Katie.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you. And thank you for that very kind introduction.
My
It's
pleasure.
great to meet you too.
Katie, I offered you to interview you because you are the creator of a very, very important event. And this event is created, and I have the chills when I say it. This event is created especially for childless women so that they can finally meet in person. And we just chatted together before the start of this interview saying how this is so important and something that childless women desperately want and need to meet in person. And I wanted to help you to get the word out there, to get the maximum of these women coming and interacting and benefiting from this event. So would you like to let us know about this?
Yes, thank you. So I am hosting the 2024 Childless Collective Summit. And this is the fourth time I'm hosting this event, but it's my first time doing it in person.
Wow.
So when I've done the three previous virtual summits, we've actually had a combined 8,500 attendees at those events and over 100 speakers. So this is an event that I've loved hosting and was so excited to be able to offer it in person for the first time. So it's happening in Charleston, South Carolina, in the United States from April 12th through the 14th. And it's basically 2 days of coming together for discussions and socializing and hearing from speakers for the first 2 days. And then the last day, I just planned a full day of socializing at the beach. So I've rented a double deck pavilion that has bathrooms and we'll have games and a food truck and just
Wow.
leaving it with no agenda, just a chance to come and continue making those connections with people that you meet when you from the first 2 days of the event. And I also know what it's like to come to an event where you don't know anyone and how nerve-wracking that can be to walk into the room. So I have a private online community for attendees that's already open and people are there making connections. So they'll have a full month to connect before they even get to Charleston. So
That's amazing. Wow, well done. And could you let us know about the speakers that will be there to this wonderful event? I'm very curious.
yes. I'm so excited about the speaker. So it's kind of my dream lineup. I would say, the keynote speaker needs no introduction. So Jodie Day will actually be coming from Ireland to be the keynote speaker at this event, which is I'm just so thrilled to have her there. So Jodie will be there, and then and Tanya Hubbard is a childless therapist who will be there as well. Um, Carrie Hoskins is a freelance writer who is also part of the childless community. She'll be joining. And then Dr. Angela Harris from No Bibs, Burps, and Bottles. Stacy Brown is an MRKH advocate and poet. She'll be joining. And then Alicia Saavedra, who is Child Free After Infertility. She'll be joining us. And then Melissa Jones, who she previously had a podcast that was focused on childlessness, and she just took it down. So you can't listen to it anymore, which is so sad because it was amazing and had a huge impact on me as I was coming to terms with childlessness. But it's really an incredible lineup.
Wow, that's amazing. And you said you talked about Jody Day, and yes, you said she needs no introduction, but in the French Canadian community, I obviously I love Jody. She's a friend. She's an inspiration. Could you just say a few words about her work so that the fellow people that just don't know about her uh,
Mhm.
know more about this important woman?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a good point. I always assume that people know because I know for me and a lot of people, if you start Googling childlessness or resources, she's a lot of times one of the first people that will come up in a Google search or come up related to this. But yeah, so Jody Day is the author of Living the Life Unexpected, which I have heard from a lot of people in the childless community. It's one of their first introductions to how to start to navigate a life without kids.
Yeah.
But she has been doing work in the cellist community for over a decade. So I think she's, one of the first people that I know of that started to talk about this publicly and put a name to it and a face to it and start getting written up in newspapers and having public discussions about it. So she's someone who's been doing this work for a long time, and I consider really one of the pioneers for starting to be public and help people make connections with each other within the childless community.
Yeah, she is she's wonderful. Thank you for this clarification about her important work that you kind of carried on, eh? Because now you're the director. I don't know if we could how would you call your status? Is that the right word for describing it? The lead?
Yeah, so I think you're talking about the online community. So yeah, so I've been doing work in the childless community for about 6 years now. And a year and a half ago, Jody approached me that she was wanting to focus on some other projects within the childless space, and was wondering if I wanted to come in as the new host of the online community that she started. So it was previously called the Gateway Women Online Community. It's now called the Childless Collective Online Community, but it's the same community, just with a new host. And Jody is actually still there and active in the space, and is still our co-host for some of the groups too. But it's been a really big honor for me to be able to kind of carry on her legacy and her work that she's done in building a really beautiful private online space for childless women and non-binary people.
Yeah, very true. Um, Money-wise, if we want to come to this wonderful summit, could you let us know how much it costs and till when do we have to register to benefit from this early bird price? I guess you're offering, right?
Yeah, thank you. So the cost of attendance is $550. So it covers your joining all 3 days, lunch on all 3 days. I have a private shuttle that's taking people from the venue to the beach and back. So that transportation is part of it too. So it's $550 with early bird, which ends Friday is the last day that people can do the early bird registration, and then after that it moves up to 600. So not a big jump, but hoping to get more people registered on the front end with because I'm doing all the coordination with vendors and food and all the different pieces that go on. So, but if someone wanted to register after that, really we could accept registrations up until right before the event. So.
And where do we go for registration?
Um, Good question. So you can go to childlesscollective.com.
Okay, as simple as that.
Yeah, the actual URL is a little bit different, but there's a banner on the top that will say, click here for that, so that people can get there through that website.
Okay, so that's great. So I hope a lot of childless women will get to hear this interview and seize the impact and the importance of what you're trying to create for them, which is very special, unique, and I know from the heart. So
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you very much for giving me this interview today. And I wish you the best of luck with this wonderful event.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.